Yo, what's good with everybody, man? It's your boy DT Boom, man, with your boy Double M Myron Magnus, aka Boxing Logics United, man.
Peace and pugilism.
Peace and pugilism, man. We're here with DT-Magnus Boxing Talk Podcast 107. Fear the unknown. My boy Double M, we're looking up with some fighters that no one is talking about. And we feel that all fighters, regardless of if you know about them, if they're famous, if they have super amount of followers on Instagram or Twitter, they still deserve to proper respect and just due as fighters. And my boy Double M has a particular fighter that nobody's talking about that actually beat the guy that beat Tay-Tay.
Absolutely. Maruti Thelani, and I'm sure they know about him. Maruti Thelani. This cat is 38-2, the IBF flyweight champion of the world, and has not lost since 2008.
How many years is that?
11 years.
11. So he hasn't lost a fight in 11 years?
11 years. When he beat Casemiro, the guy who beat Tay-Tay, he was 26-2. So he done ran on straight 12 more wins since that fight, which was back in, I believe, 2011. Because Casemiro is 30 years old. He is, what I believe now, 29-4. Casemiro, I think, is 29-4. Tay-Tay was 28, or he's 29-5. Tay-Tay is 28-4. So their records was very close. But people was overlooking Casemiro. And Casemiro showed why they should not overlook him. And you can't underestimate nobody in the boxing world. Nobody. But this guy, Maruti Thelani, how come we not hearing about him? His last loss was to Nonito Donaire in 2008. And that was to Nonito Donaire.
The real Filipino Flash, Nonito.
The Filipino Flash. And that fight was stopped due to a cut on the eyelid.
And he wasn't even like bleeding. He just had a cut. It wasn't like the cut was getting in his eye.
There was a cut in the 6th round that the doctors came in. The ref, while they was in the middle, it wasn't while they was in the corner. In the middle of the round, they said, have him looked over. The referee got him to the side, to the doctor. Doctor said, no, we got to stop that because the cut is on the eyelid. It wasn't bleeding at all. No blood on his face, but it was a cut on the eyelid. And so it was a top-ranked fight. Thank you. Fazzy, BTFB Ducks. It was just like, wow. So why? My question is, this guy Thelani, the flyweight title, should we be seeing him fight very soon Naoya Inoue in a match?
I think we're gonna see the guy. I think we're gonna see Casemiro fight Inoue before we see him, because
maybe.
Yeah, I think because he just beat Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay. The only reason why Tay-Tay didn't fight in the Super Series was because he had to pull out due to a right shoulder injury, and we already know he's a southpaw. His jab is very big and essential to his game, and the fact that he wasn't able to jab really kind of solidified that he shouldn't even be competing against a Inoue or anybody for that matter. And the fact that the reason why basically Nonito Donaire was even in the position that he was in was because Tay-Tay pulled out, and Tay-Tay just lost. I think Casemiro is in the fine line to be fighting Inoue.
Absolutely. And look, DT3, let's shout out all the beautiful people in the chat before we really get digging. Can we shout out all the beautiful people in the chat?
We sure can, man. What's up, Tim?
We ain't nothing without them, bro.
What's up, Tim?
We ain't nothing without y'all, champ.
Our boy Toby Bartlett.
The original loyalist. The G. Toby is everywhere. Especially we're dealing with the MBBC UGC. Hamid Ali, peace and pugilism.
Alhamdulillah.
Notorious HC, peace and pugilism. Uchia Abraham, peace and pugilism. Tim W, always positive, supportive, and a real G. We're Love you, champ. Peace and pugilism, all right? The inside line, peace and pugilism.
What's up, Sammy?
Pinola, Quincy Pinola, peace and pugilism, champ. We appreciate you. Fassy, BFTB, Ducks, AD Smoke, peace and pugilism. Samuel Shaw, peace and pugilism. Andre, never a delay, peace and pugilism. James Bell, always giving them hell, peace and pugilism. Oragayo, Oragayo, Tigalo. All right, peace and pugilism. I feel you, man. Jake, peace and pugilism. All right. I think everybody's been represented. If I did miss anybody, it wasn't intentional. Also, okay, Bray Boy. Okay, Bray Boy. Come on. Let's get on this boxing talk.
Well, I did not. For all those who asked about the Carl, I knew Carl Frampton was going to be due. I want to see Carl Frampton fight a Shakur Stevenson, even though I know Shakur Stevenson whoops Carl Frampton. Easy work.
You think easy?
Easy work.
Are you serious?
Easy work.
You ain't giving Carl Frampton no respect at all for what he's accomplished in his career? Huh? No. Oh, come on, DT3. Carl Frampton is a slick seasoned fighter, bro.
Nope.
You going with Stevenson, I'll go with Carl Frampton then. You tell me all the reasons why you think Stevenson beats Carl Frampton, and I give you all the reasons why Carl Frampton beats Stevenson, so we can be balanced for our audience.
Well, for one, Carl Frampton, he get hit too much. He showed that in the what's the dude? Not it's on the tip of my tongue. The other dude that he fought, that Carl Frampton fought in the UK.
You ain't talking about the Least Warrior, are you, Warrington?
Yes, Josh Warrington. Yes.
The Least Warrior?
Yes.
I like the Least Warrior.
He showed in that fight that he does get hit unnecessarily. He does get hit with some reckless shots. I don't see I don't see Shakur Stevenson getting caught with any reckless shots. I see Shakur Stevenson taking his time from round 1 to the time he stops Carl Frampton in probably round 8 or 10.
Are you done? Keep it coming. If you got more, you better say it now. Are you done? Forever hold your peace.
No.
All right, you better keep it coming. What else?
Also, he has a lot more power. He has a lot more power than people give him credit for. And I think
he have more power than Frampton?
I think he has a lot more power than Frampton.
How do you know?
A lot more power than Frampton.
Come on, man.
I think he has a lot more power than Frampton. He's a more accurate puncher than Frampton. Much more accurate puncher. If he wasn't, I think he would have got Josh Warrington out of there if he was the more accurate puncher. When Josh Warrington turned it into a war, Carl Frampton made it a war instead of trying to fight smart. I feel like the moment Carl Frampton tries to turn a Shakur Stevenson fight into a war, Shakur Stevenson is going to go onto that back foot, hitting him with that jab, and pot shotting him with straight shots. I don't see him getting past the range and the reach of Shakur Stevenson and the patience. I think in the beginning, it might seem like it's going to be a tough fight, maybe for the first 2 or 3 rounds, maybe. But once Shakur Stevenson figures out Carl Frampton, it's over. And I see him making adjustments in round 3 or 4 and just picking Carl Frampton apart, getting him out of there in round 8 through 10.
Are you finished?
Yes, now I'm done.
All right. On the side of Carl Frampton. Frampton, who? Jamaican Sports TV. I think Frampton definitely is the more seasoned fighter, more experienced. And, yes, he's more willing to take, I think, why he can get Stevenson out there and catch Stevenson behind on the scorecards, because Stevenson is a little bit too reserved with his offense. Carl Frampton is not. He will fire the punches. Carl Frampton is very, very much more technical than a lot of people give him credit for as well. Now, fighting Josh Warrington was a different beast for Carl Frampton, for the fact that Josh Warrington fights like Goku and KO Aiken style. That motherfucker. It's a fucking buzzsaw. Frampton's a buzzsaw. Okay? So I don't think Frampton deal with that style too well. But with the Shakur Stevenson, who's reserved, it seems to wait to counterpunch rather than to initiate the offense, that will play into Frampton's hands, his advantages, because Frampton, although he is aggressive, but he is a counterpuncher as well. But he is also a smart puncher. Frampton is a smart puncher.
Okay.
And he's good defensive skills. The slip, the weave, huh?
Where?
Frampton just hit him with the bull rush, bro. But again, take Frampton out your mind. Look at Stevenson, the way he brings. He ain't gonna be getting hit as much against Stevenson as he was against Warrington. That is for fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and he has much more experience. So we might be dealing with Frampton is what now? But he is what, 36? I don't know. 35? I know our people in the comment section know for sure. But man, I think the old head in boxing years can maybe shock the young buck and give him a couple of lessons or two, perhaps. Due to his experience, due to his good counterpunching, which is so honestly, this could be a boring fight, but it could be a magnificent, explosive fight. It depends on who lands the harder punches on who.
In my opinion, he did outbox.
Ahmed Ali, we respect your opinion, bro. Hey, in your opinion,
Galahad did beat Josh Warrington. He did. They robbed Josh. They did.
I ain't saying that. No comment. No comment.
They did Kid Galahad wrong, man. Kid
Galahad, we respect your opinion. We respect your opinion, Ahmed Ali. We're not saying you're wrong. Hey, man, all opinions is right here on DT-Magnus. You know what I mean? Because we all have our perspective and our vision, baby. Warrington beats both? Oh, I don't know.
Yep. Shout out to the UGC. What's up, Black?
But, hey, how many people in the chat know who Maruti Mathelani is? If you don't, look up this dude's record and tell me. Look up, he should be in the top. Well, he's not. He's staying in the flyweight. He hasn't won any belts in any other divisions, so they're not going to want to put him in the pound for pound discussion. But Thelani is a beast. Respect to you, Ahmed. Thelani is a beast, bro. Huh?
I'll get with him in a minute. I'm finna check that out.
Man, look at all. Dude, Slim, he's a bad boy. And for the people in the chat, yo, we got a question for y'all. The Joshua Ruiz undercard. Because we ain't going to have a long show today. My man DT3 needs to get back to his family and rest up for his match on January, 11th?
Yep.
You goddamn right. So we ain't going no longer than an hour and a half on this show, y'all. Okay? We keeping it real with you. Because my man need his rest, because my man need to whip some motherfucking ass on January 11th. Real fucking talk. Okay? And this wonderful podcast, this dope-ass podcast that we doing, what?
Who is this?
Who is who?
Who is he fighting?
Who?
Who is he fighting?
Who are you talking about?
Who is this? Who is this?
Who are you talking about?
Who is this?
Who?
This was just posted 16 hours ago on Top Rank about him knocking out Adam Lopez, and he called out Miguel Burfect.
Who?
Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, Oscar Valdez did fight last night.
But
he's still ducking Gary Russell Jr.
Exactly.
He ducked Gary Russell Jr.
Who is that? Hold up.
Hey, what's the people in the chat saying?
Who is this?
He ain't Gary Russell Jr. He ain't Gary Russell Jr.
You know what I see? You know what I see? I see Oscar Valdez basically in an easy fight, stalking his opponent, walking dude down, and he just basically finna punish him until he quit. A typical Oscar Valdez fight. Walk you down, punish you until you can't take no more and you quit.
Well, that's why because they don't want to fight fighters with the real spirit and a champion. So that's why they all ducking Gary Russell Jr. I'm going to say Gary Russell Jr. all the damn time. The most duck fighter in
Lopez was. Who is dude? Who is that?
Who is who? He was DC3 was showing the Oscar Valdez fight to whoever he was fighting. Valdez got dropped. Jake said Valdez got dropped in the fight.
Yeah, they said he got fight, but they said he got dropped. But from what I'm looking at, it looked like a typical Oscar Valdez fight. Typical.
Wow. No wonder he's ducking Gary Russell Jr. If he's getting dropped by no names, no wonder he's ducking Gary Russell Jr. But hey, people in the chat.
My whole point is exactly if he's getting clipped and dropped by freaking no name cats, you think somebody like Gary Russell Jr., Shakur Stevenson, or Devin Haney gonna do to him?
It's over. It's over.
Peter Pan, shout out Scotland.
Peter Pan, shout out. Hey, 1, 2 kids, shout out. Hey, question. Hey, people in the chat, am I right or wrong? Is the entire Joshua Ruiz undercard all heavyweight fights? Dylan White's fighting Washk, whoever that is. You got Hunter fighting Povetkin. All names too. All names we know. Lisa Bells, what's up, beautiful? So you got Povetkin fighting Hunter. Unbiased or biased boxing talk, like the name. Look, the entire undercard, if I'm not mistaken, y'all, is all heavyweights, correct? On the Joshua Ruiz undercard, on the Ruiz Joshua undercard. Salute E-Punch. The entire undercard is heavyweights. Is this the first they say nothing's new under the sun. But is this the first entire undercard that's been totally heavyweights? And I know the UK fans have not been happy about the Sky pay-per-view going up to $25. Pretty much, right? $24.99. Y'all shit went up to $25. And a lot of people thought, I know my brother Sporting Icons, all respect to him, my man. He was like thinking it was about, is it just greed? But maybe it went up to $25 because it was nothing but heavyweights. It's a heavyweight tournament, ain't it? Troy Graham in the house, the real G. Sounds like a heavyweight tournament, or they're looking for the next opponent. That's a good question. That's a good comment. They're looking for the next opponent. And anybody in that undercard could be the next opponent for the winner of the Joshua Ruiz. I see where you're going, perhaps, especially if AJ wins. I see where you're going. Sergio Gomez, salute, champ. Flex the biceps. Yo, the undercard is crazy. All heavyweights. This shit is definitely. Hey, do y'all think this shit ain't gonna do 1.5 million, at least over 2 million pay-per-views in the UK with all those names? Povetkin, Hunter, White, Wash. How many? What's the whole entire fucking undercard, people? Somebody, hey, do me a favor, Troy Graham, please, sir, because list all the undercard fights if you can. If you got the time.
Why don't you come on in if you can, Troy? If you can come
Troy
in.
Graham, come the fuck on in. There you go.
Come on real quick. And
Troy, and come in.
For you, Troy. Slide on in and give us some of that boxing knowledge that you love to share with the world so much.
All day. Troy, come on in and have the list of the entire undercard of the Joshua Ruiz fight on hand for us, please. Because that shit is crazy. The undercard is crazy. We can talk about the undercard the rest of the fucking, although we don't know, we know Hunter and Povetkin though. Let's dip in on Hunter and Povetkin. We don't know shit who Washk is. We don't know who Dillian White's fighting. We don't have a clue who the fuck Washk is. Russell has not responded to Farmer call out yet. Guess he don't want the title and Daz and money. Maybe silence. All gangsters, true thugs and gangsters move in silence. So we might not be hearing shit, but that means it's something going on that perhaps he make a big announcement when it do happen. Because also DT3, did you hear about Bomac airing out ESPN, Top Rank, and thinking about leaving?
Yeah, I heard about that on the Boxer Voice. Also heard Luis Ortiz is actually 48, between 48 and 50 years old.
Nigga, we already told you that. I'd say he was 50 this whole goddamn time.
What's up,
Hey,
Troy?
brothers, how you doing?
What's going on, Troy?
Good. I don't know because I got a bad signal. Can you hear me?
Go to the spot wherever the good signal is and stay there.
Okay, good. I'll stay in my kitchen then. I just off the top of my memory, man, the only thing I can remember is Don King doing stuff like that, but he was setting up like tournaments then. He was setting up like a heavyweight tournaments, the tournament he had with Hopkins and Trinidad and all the middleweights.
Yeah.
That's all I could remember. I don't remember too much past that,
Have you ever seen
I don't really remember, but look,
have you ever
I didn't hear you, brother.
Have you ever experienced or can recall an undercard that was all heavyweights?
It would have to be a Don King one. It would have to be a Don King because he's the only one that would do that.
But you can't name one.
Because back in the day,
you can't name one.
huh?
Right? So you don't know. You can't name one off the top. The only person that maybe who've done it is Don King.
It's Don King because I remember him. Like I said, I remember when Tyson went to jail, right? Oh, the signal fell out.
Are we here?
Can y'all still hear me?
You fine? Yeah, man.
Fine. Okay, good. Yeah, because I remember when Tyson went to jail. Tyson was his moneymaker, so he started to put on tournaments. He would load up his card. Like say if Chavez was the headliner, right?
Yeah.
Then he would have someone else under Chavez fighting that was a name, but it was in the same weight class, and he would have someone else in that same weight class fighting who was, So it was Don King. It was Don King. I don't know if they're doing the same thing or I have no idea, to be honest with you. But I actually want to ask you a question about the title. The title of the show is what is it, brothers? Because my phone is messed up. Was it Facing Your Fears or something? Oh, Fear of the Unknown.
Fear of the Unknown.
Right.
That's the title of the show.
Yeah, can you break that down for me?
Well, I reason why I titled it The Fear of the Unknown is because me and Myron, we was talking about.
I gotta move.
We were talking about the.
Y'all can hear me, but I can't hear you.
We was talking about that fight, and we was like, "Wait a minute, why don't we look up this Casemiro guy? Right? We check his record.
Okay,
out.
Right.
And so we check out his record. Right? We're checking this guy's resume. We're looking at him, and then we're seeing who beat him. And
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna call back in because I got a bad signal on my end. You might have a good one on your end, but I got a bad signal on my end, so I can't hear you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. But anyway, like I was saying, just for Troy Graham's sake, basically we was looking up about the Casemiro guy, and we was looking up the fighter that actually beat him, and we looked him up. And we came across the guy that Double M was talking about earlier in the stream. And we checked out his resume and found out.
Maruti Thelani.
Maruti Thelani.
South African. He came from
South African. Maruti Delaney, not Delaney.
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, he came out the same gym where the professor came out.
Right. So we looked him up and we find out this guy hasn't lost a fight in almost how many years?
He haven't lost a fight in 11 years, and the fight he did lose was just stopped prematurely because of a cut on the eyelid. But he's giving Donaire the business.
Right. So basically, we saying that no one is talking about this guy. No one is talking about this guy. No one's talking about this guy that went basically life and death with Nonito Donaire when he was the Filipino Flash. Nobody's talking about the guy that beat the guy who just knocked out Tay-Tay. Nobody's talking about him.
He stopped the guy. He stopped old boy, John Carismio, Kamani Comanche, whatever. I'm sorry. Babs! Yeah. So go ahead, DT. My bad, bro.
Here's Troy. He's back. But yeah, so basically it's a lot of fighters that's in the game, and Casemiro is one fighter that's in the game who beat a fighter that he wasn't picked to beat, and he has losses, and the fighters that he lost to are pretty damn good fighters, man, and don't nobody know anything about them. They don't get any proper respect as being fighters that they do deserve. So I feel like this, based on that, basically people are fearing the unknown. They're fearing the guys that have losses, because the guys that have losses are not afraid. They're not going in there worrying about losing. They just going in there ready to fight. And I think it's just the fear of the unknown of what you get when you fighting a fighter that has losses and wins, but has way more wins than losses. So, I mean, the guy is what, like 30-something and 2?
He's 38-2, 25 knockouts, ain't lost since 2008. Let me get that through people's mind. It's 2019 now. He ain't lost since 2008. And that loss, okay, was you will see a TKO. But see, when you see TKO, let me say this. When people see TKO, goddamn, he got knocked out. No. His TKO was a stoppage by the doctor because it was a cut on the eyelid. He was never hurt. It was in the middle of the fight of him giving Donaire the business. The referee stopped it in the middle of the fight in the 6th round just because he got the cut. He took a good hook from Donaire in that round that caused the cut on the eyelid. And so they say, the referee said, go look at the doctor. Doctor say, okay, no, it can't go no more. And then he loses. But he ain't hurt. He ain't nothing. And he's highly competitive in the fight, meaning that people can see he won rounds up to that 6th round. He was a major threat to Nonito. And it was a top-ranked card. It was a top-ranked promoted fight and everything. And Nonito Donaire is a top-ranked fighter. I'm not implying that if they just gave it to him, but I'm just saying, the boy, Maruti Delaney, is one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, it seems, that nobody's talking about. That's what I mean to say. In the flyweight division. And he is the IBF flyweight champion. But we ain't hearing shit.
And this Casemiro guy is what you said, Dublin? He's like what, a 3-division world champion at this point?
Yeah, he was 3 divisions.
I was gonna jump in here if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Hello?
Troy. Go ahead, Troy.
Go ahead, Troy. Troy just having bad luck.
He's just having bad luck.
Troy,
it's all love, Troy. We still love you, dog. It's okay.
Hey, beautiful spirits. Can we get up to? We need to be at least 35 likes. I mean, 34, 40 people in the like, whatever is that. Can we get to 35 for real? 35, 40. Put some name, respect on the name.
Hold on. Let me go check.
Who else is in the likes, though? Throw another link out. If anybody else,
people in the building on the 25 likes, man, hit the like button.
Hit the like button, beautiful spirit. We need 40. We need 40 because we peaked.
We had about 50 people in here. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. It helps. It helps a lot. It helps grow the podcast and grow the channel. So
what do you think about Dillian White coming back though? Double M.
He got a lot to prove, and I hope his ass is in shape. And you know what the thing is about Dylan White? I like Dylan White. But what I don't like about Dylan White, with the last fight he did against, what's his name? It was not Mendez. It was, what's it called? He did not look in shape at all. He came in overweight as hell.
You talking about Rivas, his last fight?
Yes. He looked overweight and out of shape as hell. And it's hard for me to support, and listen to me, spirits, it's hard for me to support a fighter who's not taking his craft seriously, which means coming into a fight in optimum condition. If you ain't coming into a fight in optimum condition, okay, then that means you how can you expect us to appreciate you the way you want us to? Is that understandable? So come on, man. Come in a fight in good shape. You know what I mean? And we can bring more people in this chat too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Somebody who's cool. Whoever would like to come in and chat, we go up to 4. AD, why don't you come in the chat, AD? AD is
don't ever come in the chat.
Andy, come on in the chat.
Babs, you might as well come in the chat.
Come on in, Babs.
Come on, Babs. Slide on in.
What you doing? Don't worry, you still beautiful if you don't got no makeup on.
It's all right. But yeah, Cameron Paul Masoom, he is 54-0. He is the one boxer nobody's talking about. He been shattered Floyd Mayweather.
54-0. Who are you talking about?
54-0.
Who is this? What division?
Who dares? This is funny. Funny, guys. What's going on?
Who is that?
Name popped up as Boxing Ego.
Boxing Ego?
Yep, but I know it's not really Ego, of course. But hello, welcome to the show.
You just gonna show us your balcony?
Well, we can't just look at your balcony. All right, well, hi. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you.
Peace. Thanks for coming in, Boxing Ego.
God bless.
That's fucking funny. Hey, whoever would have come in do
it was silly butts. But Troy Graham says, what I was saying was,
that might have been AD in his shadow chat.
Probably was AD. What I was saying was a loss fires up a great fighter, makes him more hungry and work harder. If your mentality is broken by a loss, you're weak from the beginning. I agree.
And we can see that with J-Rock. J-Rock bounced back like a motherfucker after he got knocked out by Charlo.
And Erickson Lubin. He got
damn right.
Super knocked out. Just
fucked up.
Sleep.
So when AJ wins, or if he wins, I say, on December 7th, then what happens to the heavyweight division, DT3?
Well, for one, it's already been put out there that Anthony Joshua said that he's not thinking about fighting Wilder. And,
I think he said that for the moment.
Yeah, I think he's saying that for the moment, but I think he's probably kind of serious right now. I think you got to see where it goes, because right now, Wilder's mind is on fighting Tyson Fury. And if you look at it based on the numbers that you hear that he did with this Luis Ortiz fight, he had to fight somebody of a Tyson Fury caliber, especially after the numbers that they were projected would put up with that last fight that he did. He needs to fight somebody like a Tyson Fury. He has to.
Who? Wilder?
Deontay Wilder.
Okay, let me ask you. What is, and I don't mean, hey, look, I'm not bringing this up. I'm not bringing up this topic. And then, of course, I'm going to bring up this topic about the Wilder Ortiz. And then we got to get into the Joshua Ruiz fights, because this is the white fight that is only 6 days away. 7 days
away. It's fight week. It's fight week.
We must, the majority of this shit got to be on Joshua Ruiz, people. So we ain't holding you back. We ain't trying to starve you out. But if if the rumors are true, and we can only deal with the rumors because I guess official numbers have not come out yet of what the pay-per-view did versus the pay-per-view of Wilder versus Ortiz did. The rumor is it did 2,500 pay-per-views. Now, I'm not saying it's true at all. I don't know if it's true or not. It could be just a smear campaign to help knock down Wilder, whatever. But if it is Tyson Fury the A side come the rematch February 22nd? Is Tyson Fury the A side? Can Deontay Wilder claim an A side position if they're not going to show us if this shit did under 200 pay-per-views? Say 200,000. If it did, so let's say it did somewhere between 2,500 to 200,000 pay-per-views. Can Deontay Wilder claim the A side? And I don't like the A side, B side talk at all. But this is a part of the talk of the boxing world today. Can he claim the A side versus Tyson Fury February 22nd?
For debate's sake, yes.
Because he has a belt? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. And then what's the no then?
I would say no. Tyson Fury is the one that's going to bring most of the fans. Tyson Fury is the one that people are going to pay more money for. Nobody is paying money for Wilder, but people are going to pay money for Fury. Fury's bringing the fans. He's bringing more to the table.
You think fans to the stadium itself, as far as the ticket sales to the stadium, or fans as far as pay-per-view as well?
Both.
Do you think Tyson Fury is going to bring another 8,000-10,000 for the rematch?
More. He's going to bring them plus what he's gotten in the United States.
To the rematch.
You got to remember, he got WWE fans now.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
It's like, dude, like he already brought 10,000. He already brought 10,000 fans to the last fight they had, and he just competed in a choreographed match with in the WWE on the pay-per-view. So he choreographed on a pay-per-view which sold millions. So he got those hundreds of thousands of people in America that seen him. So
let me ask you a question, DT3. Speaking for the benefit of Deontay Wilder, no hate, but for the benefit and constructive, what do Deontay Wilder need to do, you think, in your opinion, from what you see so far, to build his profile and gain the admiration of, just say, start off more American fans?
We got AD in the building since you said something, Myron.
Oh, shit! That's a lot.
AD,
yeah, what's good, Myron? What's good, DT3?
Oh, no!
Yeah.
It's gotta be a fucking podcast first. Are you fucking kidding
What's up,
me?
AD?
A fucking toast.
Yeah, what's good, boy?
Your ass, AD.
You got Myron drinking.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna fucking.
I've been with Myron
since AD, I've been seeing you since I didn't have the channel, man. It's nice to finally actually verbally meet you.
Yeah. You guys too. I've been meaning to jump on the show for a hot minute still.
AD, you better share this shit. You better share because nobody gonna believe we got AD on a fucking podcast.
I've been active recently still.
I know you gotta be incognito too and hide your freaking identity. It's all good, brother. I ain't mad.
You know what, I don't have to, but it's kind of like, it's bedtime around here, man. I'm kind of like chilled out with a spliff in bed, man. Otherwise, I show you guys my face. It's the enemy that I don't show the face to.
Got you. But to answer your question, Myron, what I think Wilder should have done, or he could even still do to make himself more credible and get a little more notoriety, he should be at every Alabama University football game. Every home Alabama football game, he should be there. Okay.
Start at home first, because you gotta start at your grassroots before you go.
I think when they are big.
Hey, y'all listening to the genius of DT3, because I ain't even think of that. That is motherfucking smart.
Yeah, I would be at every university.
Every Alabama?
University of
The number one
Alabama is
college-
winning national championship after every national
It's the
championship
number one college program in the country. The
in the
last fucking
country.
8,
Why are
10
you not
years.
at all their games? Why are you not at the national championship when they playing the national
Motherfucking
championship?
great point, bro.
Why
Because
are
the
you
whole
not
world going
there?
to see you. The whole
The
world
whole
going to
world-
see you if you have to take games.
And you got the college crowd now. You got this whole big college crowd looking at you now.
And the young people.
And you would, and it is not just Black America; it's white America. You're
Everybody,
as well.
bro. You don't use. Hey y'all, no, this is not choreographed. I'm real talk. You done said the magic motherfucking formula for him just now. I hope Deontay Wilder's listening. Deontay or Shalonte, get your ass at those motherfucking Alabama
Football games.
Crimson Tide games. Every last one.
He should be at the Alabama
On the
football
sideline.
game. He should be
And
at
you
the
know what?
Alabama football games like Spike Lee is at the Knicks games and like Jack Nicholson is at the Laker game. That's how he should be.
Bro, he did a motivational speech for the Alabama team.
Once. One time.
Once it's all he's need, he already made that connection with Sable. So he said, Sable, can I be at the sideline? You got there right. So the connection's already there.
You're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're the heavyweight champion of the world.
Idea. LDBC, are you hearing this? And this is love. The NBBC is helping you guys help Deontay Wilder build his profile so the fight can be bigger. Yo, nobody said that. DT3, that's the genius of DT3.
I think he should do it. And also, I think he should be at every Super Bowl. He should be at every NBA Finals. He should be at, like, who else? What else goes on in Alabama? Like,
How about the Joshua Ruiz fight?
Huh?
you said what?
How about the Joshua Ruiz fight? If he really wants to make his presence felt and he's serious about fighting them guys, the
He has
winner.
to be there. He needs to
Why
show
not turn up at that?
You got
He
them
should
right.
be
He
there.
needs to be there, Andy.
Yep. He should be at every boxing. Like all Floyd Mayweather fights, when Floyd was fighting, he should have been there. He should have been there, sitting front row, sitting there with his big, tall, 6'7" ass, sitting there in the front row, having the camera. You're the heavyweight champion of the world. They're going to put the camera on you.
And to take your idea on 1,000, he should go at that goddamn Alabama sideline wearing his ring walk gear. He should wear that.
Yeah, but you know what? He got booed.
Huh?
He got booed at the last boxing event he turned up at, if I remember rightly.
So what?
I don't think he likes the booze. I think he wants to be in the presence of people that love him. And there's a lot of boxing fans that don't respect what he's doing in the game, to be fair.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't think he likes the booze and the jeers. He wants to be the main man.
And you 100% right. You 100% right, Andy. But also in this boxing game, you notice they always pit a good guy, bad guy. It seemed like Deontay Wilder's already took the character of the bad guy long time ago. So you might as well go ahead, no half stepping. You know, in our family, in America, this is one thing we say, Andy, for the UK people. We say, look, don't do it half-ass. Don't be half-ass at anything. So he already done put it there. He need to go ahead and just like build it up. And you know what that would do? Build up his profile. Once he build it up, he'll feel more comfortable and go. And I believe he needs to build it up. Why? To feel more comfortable and go into these big fights, because he doesn't want to be dictated to with money. And it seemed like that was the issue in the past. So to rectify that issue, he need to go ahead, go do everything DT3 said, do what you said, and just like fuck it, put it full blast. And look, if you gotta pay to play, pay to play. So go ahead and pay. Look, if Alabama's in a national championship game, like look, I know Alabama, y'all got plenty of goddamn money, but I need a favor. I'm Alabama homegrown. I'm the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Can I give y'all? I got plenty of money, but can I give y'all $1 million? Y'all put my highlight reel in the motherfucking stadium and let it be showed by whoever it is, ESPN, whatever, because it's going to be showed on now, NBC, whoever it is, and let it go, because I need to get out here, because you know what? I want to get paid, and we need to have one name, one face, one champion.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If I was in Deontay Wilder's shoes coming from Oakland, California, I would be at every Golden State Warriors basketball game. I would be at every Raiders football game. Win, lose, or draw, I'd be at every Raider football game. I'd be at every Cal Bear football game. I'd be at all. I don't like baseball like that, but I would make a few appearances at some Oakland A's games. Okay, like I would be seen. I would make sure I'd be seen. When the Super Bowl is going on, I'm at the Super Bowl. When the finals is going on, I'm at the finals.
Everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I don't need Shelly Finkel. I don't need Al Heyman to give me permission. I'm a grown ass man, dog.
No, it's not about permission. You know what you just said, bro?
That.
Why ain't Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman already instruct him to do that, DT3? Shelly Finkel is supposed to be the one who been doing that. That's why I throw a lot of blame not on just Deontay Wilder, but on Shalante as a whole. Shelly Finkel, Deontay. Shelly, Deontay. Shalante, people. That is the new name I know came up. Shalante. Shelly Finkel was his manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. That's his freaking job.
Troy Graham asks a DT3 and Myron question for you. How is Mark Breland one of Mike Tyson's best friends and Wilder can't get on his podcast? I can answer that for you, and I'm going to let Double M piggyback off of it if he has something extra to say about it. I'll tell you right now, just because if Mark Breland is friends with Mike Tyson, Breland is friends with Mike Tyson. Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson have two totally different relationships they got going on, okay? Deontay Wilder talks bad about Mike Tyson. Now, I'm sure Mark Breland was like, hey, I'm cool with Mike now. Now, whatever you say about Mike is between you and Mike. Don't put me in that. That's between you and him. That's y'all. But me and Mike cool, though. Me and him finna have a beer this weekend. You can funk with him all you want to. But that's you and him. And I think it's the reason why they haven't put on the podcast is because of the derogatory things that Wilder has said about Tyson, and also how Mike Tyson personally feels about Wilder's fight career. Just to keep it real.
You hit the nail on the button. You hit the nail on the button, bro. And also, real fucking talk. One thing, is that question I have to ask, has that caused any friction by the relationship between Tyson and Breland? Has that caused friction between the relationship with Breland and Wilder? Just a question. Maybe. That's behind the scenes that maybe we don't know. Something to think about. You know what I'm saying? And also by Breland and Wilder, not for what we've seen. I don't know. It could be a beautiful relationship. It seemed like his relationship with Jake Diaz is way more closer, though. But it may be a great relationship between Wilder and Breland. So I don't want to hear nobody saying Myron Magnus is some saying that Breland and Wilder have a bad relationship. But if they don't have, we heard the rumors of him walking out the corner, blase this, blase that. We saw the TBV interview where Breland said, when Ness asked Breland, do Wilder listen to him? He said, sometimes. So a lot of things we see can show that relationship isn't as symbiotic as it should be between a trainer and a fighter, maybe. We just seen things. I'm not saying it is or not. So, maybe because maybe Wilder don't want to go on a Tyson podcast, even though it'd be a great thing for him. Maybe Wilder has the issues with Tyson. But I think if Wilder go on Mike Tyson Hop podcast, Tyson would look very not very much interactive in that podcast. Because in the podcast I seen Tyson with Fury, it seemed like it was weird that their energy between each other. It seemed like they didn't really get into the deep boxing shit. But then they did get into some deep spiritual shit. I'm just curious, how would the energy be between Tyson and Wilder if they was on the Hot Boxing podcast? Can that shit erupt to a fucking, I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, Tyson might ask him some shit. I want to see how Wilder act. And then Tyson might take those motherfucking shades off. You ain't been on this podcast with shades.
I think that, you know what? The fact that you just said that, I think that's why Wilder will not go on a podcast with the likes of a Mike Tyson, because he is not, he can't have, if you look at all the things that Wilder does, even when he's on the Breakfast Club, it's like they dummy down for Wilder. You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
think Tyson will, and it's hard
And
for Mike
that's
Tyson
what I'm saying.
to go
Like,
back.
he won't do it. He will not dummy down for Wilder. Wilder has to be on the stage, and he has to feel like he's the biggest thing in the building or in the room. And Tyson will not give him that. And I think
I might not feel. My opinion is not discrediting yours. I feel what you're saying. My opinion is Tyson need to feel like love. It seems like Tyson has this thing where that's why I said in an old joint where he feel like he's a bitter fighter. It seems like he needs to feel love. You know what I mean? If he's not feeling the love from everybody, that's why he said, y'all trying to tear me down. If he ain't feeling that love, you know what I mean? He feels attacked. And that could be over a period of time psychologically of what he's received in the boxing community. But he could turn that shit around. He just got to change his movements. So the question is he so deep in what he's been doing so long or done so much that he feel like he ain't gonna feel comfortable anywhere he go with somebody along those likes? He can't feel comfortable around him. Picture him and Mayweather in an interview together.
Yeah,
that's gonna be similar to him and Tyson.
Yeah, I think he don't want to. He got to be in a place where he looks bigger than everybody, and anything that he hasn't done or anything that he made a mistake in will not be put on Front Street. If he know anything that he has done or hasn't done, and all his hiccups will be put on Front Street, he's not finna.
And Tyson has openly criticized him, as far as like we all saw the NFL. You know, he's fighting some pudgy guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like he don't even belong in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? Boxing ain't about that. That's ruining boxing. You know, you gotta fight. You gotta fight the best opponent. It's the best fighting the best. That's what boxing about. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting a pudgy guy. We all remember that interview.
Yeah,
and I know that probably hurt Wilder.
But it's the
he
truth.
Took a piss. It was the truth, and that's why I do believe he knocks Joshua, because Joshua is only trying to really fight motherfuckers that could propel his career. Once Joshua fought on the stage of 90,000 people in Povetkin, he's been looking for the next fighter that could bring that same type of crowd in, 90,000 in one stadium, and can do what that done. That's Joshua's mentality. Bigger and better fights. It's hard to do it in this world right now because people don't got the name, but he could do it with Wilder. So that's why I believe he was really trying to make the Wilder fight. Because
I really think also is Wilder couldn't have overcame what Fury overcame. Like if I want to be technical, like I think with Wilder having the mindset that he has now, because think about it, Fury came back and he just completely, utterly opened up and told the world, like, yep, I was doing coke. Yep, I was depressed. Yep, I wanted to kill myself. Yep, yes. I was drinking every night. Yes, I was verbally abusive. Yes, I was terrible to my wife. Yes, I was all that. Yep, I did it, all that, and I'm here. Yep, I put myself out here on Front Street to get ridiculed and get talked about, all that. And people, I'm sure people have said the most horrendous things about Fury. I've said some things about Fury about being on coke and being called a crackhead and a bum and a homer, and I'm sure he's heard the worst of the worst, and he's still able to look the world in the eye and smile. And I do not believe that Wilder could do that. I don't think he could do that. He can't
now
even
without shades.
With his boxing career.
Not without shades on. He smiles a lot with the shades on, and that bothers me. And I'm not saying that to knock Wilder, but anytime somebody's constantly a heavyweight champion in the world where people need to see your face, you want to be recognized. And everywhere you go on is wearing shades. I started to feel something, and I had a bit to play on that. I had maybe, I don't know if, I know I had one comment that said, motherfucker, I'll stab your mama in the fucking gut. I was like, oh shit, that gotta be Wilder. That motherfucker took that shit too personal. That had to be maybe somebody in the camp. So I had a bit to play in that. So I backed off. So I think when you get to that point where you gotta wear the shades everywhere you go, you know what I mean? Not excluding the Mayweather, because he did everything he was supposed to do. He wearing shades maybe because it's fucking cool, and maybe because some other shit. But Wilder wearing the shades too early before he reached that glory lets me know that it tells me that anybody sometimes wearing shades, like, do they have some? The question you ask, do they have something to hide? Are you hiding something, bro? You don't want nobody to see your eyes. You know what I mean? Because the eyes reveal everything. When we trying to grill a motherfucker, we looking at body language and their eyes. and see what we get back.
Mm-hmm.
So why you wearing shades all the time everywhere you go, man? You know what I mean? Are you ashamed of something? And I don't want Wilder to be ashamed of anything in his career. That's why I think he needs to turn this ship now and do what the fuck he needs to motherfucking do. You know what I mean? Even though he's never gonna go down with so much of the negative shit that's going on against Wilder. He's gonna have to carry that for the rest of his career. Once retirement and all that. It's done. We've done the damage. We've done the damage. But I'm not happy about doing that damage. I'm just saying that for myself. I'm not happy about it. I was just going off making creative ass shits. But I was trying to say, I was trying to counsel too at the same time. But you know what I mean? But I don't know if I lost track and went on a tangent. My apologies. But I just think Wilder, he need to do what you said, show up at those Alabama motherfucking joints leading up to February 2nd. Because you know what? He has the perfect time because it's in the midst of the college season. We're leading up to the national championship. All that shit is going to be done before the fight February 22nd. You 100% right. So, yes, if Wilder, anybody who know Wilder right now, real talk, tell my man to take his ass to every Alabama fight there is. Alabama game there is. And put himself expose himself. Like, yo.
He should be at whoever is his favorite football team, basketball team.
He needs to be everywhere.
He needs to be all over that. He needs to be all over that. Whoever it is. Because look at whoever is Patriots fan, whoever is a Patriot fan that's famous, every Patriot game. Mark Wahlberg at every Patriot game, win, lose, or draw. You see Mark Wahlberg at the Patriots game. Don't matter.
Absolutely. And so we said that about Wilder, and Babs come with the golden question. So who does everyone got for Ruiz versus Joshua next week? So let's go into the Joshua, and we're going to kill it. You go and Andy. Oh, we got Andy. We got Andy here being quiet as a motherfucker. Go ahead and say your shit, Andy. Don't be here there like no little ladybug. Speak, baby.
You know what? I got Joshua as a late stoppage. Maybe points, but I'm inclined to think he's going to go a bit easy. He'll be a little bit cautious at first, obviously, because of what happened in the first fight. But I also think the first fight would have turned out a lot different if he didn't knock Ruiz down so early, because he went in for the kill and he got caught and his brain got rattled with that temple shot, and it changed the whole dynamic of the game. So I think Joshua's going to be cautious in the first 6 rounds, 7 rounds. He'll try and nick the rounds. Keep Andy off him, keep him at range, and then maybe go for the late knockout. I think he should go for the body. I know it's harder for the bigger man to go for the body, but he's got to stop Andy coming with him with that pressure. So I'm hoping it's going to be a dominant performance, but I'm making no mistake about it. Ruiz is dangerous. He's got confidence. But what you got to remember is Ruiz had no pressure going in the first fight. No one expected him to win. He had nobody shouting he's going to win. Everybody doubted him and was backing him to lose. This time now, Ruiz has got pressure. Joshua's had a lot of pressure taken off him now. A lot of people are picking Ruiz. So now the tables are turned in that aspect, because now Ruiz has got the whole of Mexico believing in Joshua.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hit the like button, beautiful spirits. We need to be over 50. We got 60 in here, 61. Andy, I know you got some deeper thoughts than that, because you probably you know, I know, you know boxing more than anybody. Probably.
Yeah, I got deeper thoughts, but do you know what? I'm a bit cautious as well. I respect Ruiz, and I think Joshua's going to respect him. I don't think he's going to be explosive in the first 3 or 4 rounds like it was last time. I think they're both going to be a bit cautious. I think Ruiz is going to be expecting Joshua to be better, which he's going to be. Joshua's not going to try and gas out. He's going to try. He got a lot of stick for gassing out. He looked tired after 2 or 3 rounds last time, man. I don't know what that one of Joshua I know. Yeah, or I've seen before. It was definitely not the kind of Joshua that turned up for the Klitschko fight. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's a hard one to call. You know, I don't want to put all my money in all my eggs in one basket. So this fight could go a lot of different ways. You know. But you know what? I'm looking forward to Povetkin Hunter. Yeah, and I'd like to see the winner of that fight Ortiz. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. Because Povetkin's no mug. I know he's old, but he's only been stopped once by Joshua, and he's fought everyone. So I mean, if you look at Povetkin's resume, I don't think there's anyone with a better resume in boxing than him. To be fair, so I know you guys are gonna. Yeah, go on.
One question for you. You do know that, or have you noticed the same as I noticed that Hunter has been in both training camps, sparring partners for both fighters leading up to this fight. What do you think about that?
Well,
Hunter has been
Hunter's a dangerous guy, but
no. What do you think about Hunter being a
I haven't really seen him say too much on
and Ruiz. That's crazy.
Opinion, to be fair. Is it what he's got to say about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
no, what he's saying is
Hunter's been pretty quiet on the whole thing, no?
Well, the thing is how are you going to be in two people's training camps at the same time that the fight's supposed to happen? It's like I'm supposed to be fighting.
Yeah, you're cutting out, Myron. Sorry, go on, mate.
And then he goes spars my opponent too. It's like, is he giving my opponent some tips? Is he telling him something? He's giving him some secrets. Is he telling him what I'm doing in my camp? Like, what's really going on, Michael Hunter, man? Because you was just in Joshua camp and then you split your black ass off.
Oh, he's been about this time around.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
So how you just gonna flip that like that? That ain't cool, man.
That's strange. You never know who.
You bleeping out. We got Andrew Tucker's World.
What's up, Andrew?
What's going on? What's going on, my brothers? What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, man, I had to pop in, man. You know, I can't stay long, man, because I'm dealing with these kids, man. Got to get up early in the morning. But I was like, let me come through, man, and show my brothers some love, man. My brother DT through the bone, man. My Ron Magnus, you know what I'm saying? Boston Lodges United, you know what I'm saying? For sure, man. Hey, listen, man, I can't wait for this fight, man. There's a lot of good fights on this undercard too, man. The Michael Hunter versus Alexander Povetkin, and then you got Dillian White versus this guy. I peeked him out a little bit. Dillian White gonna destroy that guy, man. I'm just being real with you.
I'm gonna have to put you down and let somebody else step up, AD. Thank you for coming on, AD. I appreciate you, but I gotta let two hands on real fast, man.
Yeah, Dillian White gonna destroy that guy, man. But
I appreciate you.
What's up, everybody? NBBC panel.
Mr. Two Hands.
Mr. Two Hands
up. Go ahead, Andrew. My bad. Go ahead, do your thing.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Honestly, you know, style makes fights, and I think the style of Alexander Povetkin makes a good fight with Michael Hunter. I think that's gonna be a tough fight, man. I don't know about you. I'll be honest with you, bro. That's a tough one. But if I had to edge it to somebody, I have to give it to Michael Hunter.
Okay, the younger cat with legs. All right.
Right. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I have to get at the Michael.
Spirits, can we get over 50? What's up, Two Hands?
What's good?
We can't hear
two hands up. Pow, pow.
What's good, everybody?
Two Hands. You
can hear
me?
I can hear him. I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, bet. Give me 1 second. I'm about to run in my car real quick.
Hear him. You hear him, Andrew?
Yeah, I can hear him real good.
Oh, I can't hear him. That damn, they hating on me.
Ain't no double left.
I want to hear my man Two Hands. Where the fuck I ain't here? Go ahead though.
Real friend. What's up, Red Glove? Red Glove Millicent in the building.
All right, what's good?
What's level of respect?
Red Glove Militant in the building. What's going on? Where it go? There it is. But yeah, man, I'm going with Joshua. I think Joshua's gonna get him out of there in the middle rounds. I think Andy Ruiz is gonna come out strong in the early rounds. He's gonna give Anthony Joshua some good work. I think Andy Ruiz is gonna show that he's gonna show within the first 3 rounds, if not the first 4 rounds, that he wasn't a fluke. he's gonna that's what he's gonna show. It's like, I'm not a fluke. I really am a true champion. And don't take me lightly, because even though I'm gonna get my ass beat by AJ, I bet you the rest of y'all heavyweights ain't finna try to step up in here with my Mexican fat ass. I promise you that much.
That's real talk.
The first 4 to 6 rounds that he's worth every penny that he's being paid, and he's also he's a true champion as well, and he deserved to be a champion when he got the belt. So I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I think Anthony Joshua's gonna make the adjustments that he properly has to make, and he's gonna keep him on the end of that jab, and he's just gonna catch him, and he's just gonna break him down and get him out of there 10 rounds.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
me.
Yeah,
I feel like
I agree with you on that, man.
Andy a world level boxer anyway,
Tell
so
me-
he's gonna have to give him some
talking?
respect. He's gonna have to give him some respect. So I feel like it's gonna be a late round stoppage, or it's gonna be a decision win anyway. Like I said, with that particular style Andy got, he's gonna have to, stick to the long jab, be precise, let him feel, you know what I'm saying? Let him feel it on the left, feel it from the long end of his punches, and just, extend the rounds. Cause I mean, like I said, man, that style, you can only fight it one way with the way AJ boxed. So the
Right.
knockout for me would have to come in the later half of the fight. But I don't think people really got to see AJ really, go in his trick bag for real, because you only got to see AJ for probably like 2 minutes of the whole entire fight. So I don't think really people got to understand how hard Andy Ruiz hasn't been punched yet. So I still think it's a lot more to the fight that people haven't seen. So, it's going to be a lot more shit that's going to happen on December 7th.
Yeah, I got you 100%.
Yeah,
Myron,
I feel you.
Myron,
Yo,
it was something. There was a video you posted about these type of comments, and I agree with you about the whole little YouTubers beefing with other YouTubers. And when there's comments like these, not this one that's up right now with Boxing Monster, but when there's comments like this that constantly perpetuate this YouTube beef thing, please let the world know that we are not encouraging any YouTube beefs whatsoever. We just here to preach boxing, and it's not just these YouTubers; it's also the subscribers of these YouTubers as well that push this YouTube beef things. And we're here to tell you, Mr. Military Misfits and Bodybuilding, we're not here to push any agenda or any beef. So all this unnecessary talk you're doing is really reckless, and we're not here to push that. So the fact that you are disrespecting the people on the panel and all we're trying to do is talk boxing is ridiculous. And we really need you to stop perpetuating this YouTube beef stuff, because that's not what we're doing. We're just here to talk boxing. And if you don't agree with us, it's okay. If you want to debate us, it's okay. We'll send the link in the description section or the comment section, and you can come in and feel free to speak your opinion, and it's all welcome and respected.
and have a great, wonderful discussion, brother. You know what I mean? But your type ain't the cat that will come in and just have a discussion. I don't think you have that capability, Military Misfits and Bodybuilding.
What type
And that's why
of
you need the
motherfucking
debate.
pissy he got
You
on
need to
his shit?
value the quality of airtime on there and to your best benefit. So you won't come on here and actually have a good discussion. You need the debate. You know what I mean? Because you may be a suppressive, bro. You know what I mean? Suppressives.
And that's not his mind state. This dude got hating his heart, man.
Man, y'all
It's all
boys,
good.
y'all boys
Look, man.
carry it a little different than me, because
No
I'm not
YouTube.
Dude got hating his heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And that's his mental state of mind. He can't come in here and have a good boxing conversation with us.
No,
All this dude gonna do is he gonna come in here and be disrespectful, run his mouth, and he gonna get that work. So let him come in here and get body if he want to, because he messing with some cats that ain't gonna play with him. I'm just keeping it real with you. So let him say what he want to. Let him say what he want to say. You know what I'm saying? So let him say what he want to say, but at the same time, he can't step to either one of us. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
He got all the shine he should get.
He got all the shiny shit. So back to Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. I just want to take a brief intermission. Let's get back to Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. It's fight week, ladies and gentlemen. The fight is this weekend. It's not a month away. It's not 2 weeks away. It's not 3 weeks away. It is literally this upcoming weekend. And like Jake says, wait for it. It's coming. It's
coming. Let me say this one thing. Ain't no YouTuber bigger than the boxer.
That's real talk.
We're doing because of the boxers in the industry. It's no YouTuber bigger than the boxer, baby.
Yeah, you gotta honor
that
the
means
game.
None of us is bigger than DT3, who's actually going out there and putting his shit on the line. Ain't no YouTuber bigger than the boxer. So let's
That's
show
real
our
talk,
respect
brother.
to the boxers and support them and just talk about them, build them up. tear them down, whatever. Fuck, you gonna tear me down like a wild or whatever. Let's just talk about
Just keep it boxing, man.
Baby.
Just keep it boxing.
You YouTubers ain't worth our time. You here trying to get
Real talk, man.
the freaking
Real talk.
fans. The fans want to hear about the boxers. Some motherfuckers want to hear about the YouTubers, and that means that you got to ask your question: what type of fans are you want to hear about talk about YouTubers rather than boxers at the same time? That's it.
Yeah, Chris Dolan. I'm itching for my fight night. I'm itching for AJ's fight night. I'm just itching, man. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen this weekend. I'm in camp myself, so I'm juiced. I'm gonna get some real work in tomorrow. So I mean, I'm really excited for my YouTube channel. I'm excited for everybody else that's been supporting me and pushing me to do this fight. I'm very grateful. I want to say thank you to everybody that's shown their support and has told their subscribers to tune in to my fight. I'm doing it live. Just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that tuned in to the stream. Appreciate it. And also, I want to thank everybody that's on the panel, man. Two Hands, Andrew, Double M, Myron Magnus, man. Subscribe, man. Boxing Logic United, man. Mr. Two Hands Up. Andrew's Tucker World, man. Feel free to subscribe ASAP. As always, I tell you, we do not have an agenda. We just here to talk boxing. Everybody on the panel has different opinions. Everybody is not going to agree with everything on the panel all the time. There's times that Andrew probably didn't agree with something I said. I might not agree with something Andrew said, vice versa. Same thing with Double M. Same thing with Two Hands. You know what I'm saying? We are all grown men. We're all adults. We all have our own minds, and we all have the right to speak our own opinions. And as men, we're not going to agree all the time.
That's real talk.
That's human nature.
Man, I will say this, man. Hey, I know you're working hard. I know you're training hard. I can't wait to see you fight, man. It's an honor to really. It's an honor to see you fight, bro. I can't wait. Can't wait to see you fight, man.
And bro, let me say this, bro.
Trust me, brother. We with you, man. We with you. Stay focused. Continue to stay focused, brother. Continue to work hard, train hard. I know you're a beast. I know what you can do. So I've seen you before. All I gotta say, brother, hard work, dedication, and sometimes hard work can be easy work. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Damn.
It can. It's easy work. It makes as long as you stay focused. And focus is I came up with focus using a backronym, fixated on conquering ungodly or undesirable situations every day.
Yes, sir.
Focus. So just stay focused.
Sir.
The DT-Magnus can be put on the back because I'd rather see you win, you know what I'm saying, and not sacrificing any motherfucking precious time that you may have with family and training for the podcast. So if the podcast got to be on hold, it be on motherfucking hold, bro. But win or lose, January 11th, we want you to be in the optimum, the best condition you want, not having no shit like, damn, I didn't. So if you lose, it's just because the guy just got you was better. But we thinking you're going to win, of course. You know what I'm saying? But win or lose, you still a fucking champion on this motherfucking YouTube shit. But you're going to win. But you're going to win.
Nah,
we ain't going
fuck
to be no
that.
motherfucker.
We ain't even talking no law shit. That nigga gonna catch a W.
Real fucking talk.
No
you Aquarius, motherfucker. You better fucking win.
You better love you too, man. She's like, ain't no losses.
You gonna beat the bark off this nigga.
That is.
You gonna win.
You beating the bark off this nigga. Fuck all that.
Well, since we gonna go there, well, then destroy that nigga then. Destroy that nigga. I want you to destroy that nigga. That's right. Real talk. Real talk. I want you to destroy that nigga. Real talk. Go in there and give that nigga the business. Don't let that nigga breathe, bro. Don't let that nigga breathe. Go in there and Mike Tyson that nigga, bro. Real talk.
That's his motherfucking ass.
For real.
Real. Go in that bitch like Bob Marley. The stone that the builder refused. There'll always be the head cornerstone. Hear me, brother. The stone that the builder refused. There'll always be the head cornerstone. Remember that. Banging them motherfucking stones, man. On that motherfucker.
Real talk.
For real, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man.
What is this? Is the first nigga only 41 days away? 42.
Yeah, bro.
42. So
that's gonna go like that.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I feel good. I just want to just fine tune some things. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm in good shape. But I think I need to fine tune some things, sharpen some tools up, and I think I'll be in even better shape than I was for the last fight. But I just got to sharpen some stuff up real quick. And other than that,
well, you got a month to do.
I'll be smooth. Good.
No, you got a month. You don't got 41 days. You got 30 days. So give yourself a goal. Everything means everything from this point on has to be constructive.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think by Christmas, I'll know by Christmas. Like Christmas,
that means then you still have another 2 weeks to get ready. Anything you're doing right now, there's no in between. It's either constructive or non-constructive. So you got to ask yourself the question: whatever you're doing, is this constructive? Is this going to be constructive to me having a constructive and positive result on January 11th?
Right.
There's no in between. It's either constructive or non-constructive, and that's how you got to look at it.
Right. Well, with that being said, man, we just gonna call it a show. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. I want to send a special shout out to the whole MBBC. Send a shout out to my boy Double Limb, Boxing Logic United. Special shout out to Two Hands. Special shout out to Andrew Tucker's World.
And shout out to DT.
Shout out to chat.
And
shout out.
Man, you feel me? Special shout out to everybody.
Anybody I ain't get to
shout out,
shout out to y'all, man.
Much love and respect to everybody, man.
And you already know what my man Two Hands say before we get up out of here. It costs you nothing.
Pay a nigga no mind.
We out, man.
Hit the like button on your way out.
I love it. I love it.
No mind.